Hey, how you doing, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Today is all about brands and promotions, man. It's about connecting with brands and getting your promotion game up. Focusing on getting that promotion game up. You know what I mean? I want to put it out there that right now I'm searching for brands to promote on my channel, on my streaming, on my social platforms. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to grow more. I'm trying to do more. You know what I mean? Because I need more. You know what I mean? I need more for me, for my family, and everything. You know, um, not only am I searching for brands, I'm working on my own brand. I'm working on marketing, different strategies, different promotion techniques on marketing my own brand, and getting my works out to the world, my creativity out to the world. Like with this song right here, right? This whole promotion of this song right here, House of Cards. Um, I came out with the video. I came out with the song first, then I dropped the video, and I was heavily on social media, all over social media, even social media platforms that's not in America. I was all over, just getting the word out there about my music, getting my word out there about the song, getting the word out there about my video. I had people reaching out to me and things like that, and it was going real good, up to a point where my song was taken off of some off some streaming sites because whatever reason the label took it down, and then I had to go rebrand the song and put it with another distributor to get that song back out there. You know what I mean? To get that song placed back on the platforms it was taken off of. And that's what it is. You gotta put the work you gotta put in to building up anything is not an easy job done. You know what I mean? It takes time, it takes effort, it takes your manpower. You know what I mean? It takes a lot out of you just trying to build up something different, something that's yours, uniquely yours. You know what I mean? Something that nobody else own the IP on, something that nobody else owns. You know what I mean? You got to fight to build up and make whatever it is you're trying to create and put into the world to get your message out there. You know what I mean? You got to have that Dan Dash type of mentality when it comes to, doing anything. You got to make, like earlier, I was listening to him, and, you got to actually make it a movement. You got to make, that's what I got out of everything. You got to make it a movement. You got to make everything, everything that you create got to have a force behind it, a driving force behind it. And at times you're not going to have a team to do it. You know what I mean? Unless you build up a proper team to have to really market yourself and put it out there, and get your message across so that way brands could see you and get in contact with you, or, vice versa. You get in contact with them and you already put the work in so they could, show that reciprocation, show that they behind it and they believe in whatever it is that you're doing. You know, even with this podcast, so much work goes into it behind the scenes. People don't see that because they see, I don't got the best camera. Sometimes I don't got the best settings. Sometimes I'm not, sometimes I don't even feel like doing the podcast. Sometimes I can't even get my thoughts together to really give you the message that I'm trying to deliver at times, and that happens because, man, ain't nobody gonna believe in it like you believe in it. Anything that you building up, anything that your brand that you building is you basically. You know what I mean? Your brand is you, and you gotta believe in you. You gotta believe in your brand. You gotta believe in the work that you putting into it, man. And at times it can be very, very difficult. Very difficult. But you gotta push on through. You gotta keep pushing, whatever it is that you're trying to market. Like for instance, I had a bunch of different things that I wrote down, because I come up with concepts. God concept is me. I come up with different concepts and how I'm gonna, get on here, what I'm gonna talk about, what I'm gonna say when I get on my podcast, when I turn the camera on, when I press the record button. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna approach this podcast, and it's like At times, all of that shit go out the window. All I wrote down was promotion and branding. This talking topic, this point, this point. But like right now, I can't, none of that comes to mind, and sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes you just got to let yourself speak from the heart, you know. Sometimes you just got to let it go and let it fly. And that's what I'm doing here right now. Earlier, I was on a Zoom conference call with Too Hot Radio, you know, something that I signed up for to promote my music. You know what I mean? To promote that aspect of my brand that I'm building. And it was a great call. They gave us a lot of insightful information. They told us that they're gonna be at the BET Awards and things like that. And they also talked about the fee that it costs to go perform and this and that. You know what I mean? I thought it was simply, you sending in your music and everything, and accepting the calls. If they hear your song, they like it, and they going give you some type of promotion and things like that. Ultimately, that's what it was, but at the same time, it's a paywall there. What we all got to realize is they always going to put a paywall between you and your success. It's always that paywall between you and you getting to the place where you trying to get to. At times you got to learn how to go around that paywall. Just promote yourself to the point where, you know what I mean? To the point where you ain't got to pay. And then once you exhausted that avenue, once you see that they just out for the bread, once you see that they out just for financial gain, then you just leave it right there. And then you go somewhere else and you get ahead in other aspects of the game. You know what I mean? It's like on Twitter, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whenever you post in any promotional things, I mean, this is my personal experience, my personal accounts. It's like whenever you promoting and doing your own promotions and things like that, and you'll have some promoter out there see you who's into the whole promotion game. Like me, I'm flexing my promotion wings. I'm just trying to get strong and trying to, figure out the promotion game and how to properly promote myself, how to properly go after brands, and how to properly secure, products that I could review, stuff that I could, different merch and things like that, that I could, review and actually, partner with these brands so I could see some success, so I could show them some success, because me promoting another brand and being successful at it, bringing customers their way, bringing them my crowd and the followers that I have, helps me promote myself as well. It helps me learn the business that I'm trying to get into. So, I'm like, all right, even with my promotions, I might have 5,000 followers on Facebook or more. And that reach, just me having 5,000 followers, that means that my reach when I post something is, is amplified, because those 5,000 may have people following them and everything. So when I post and everything, those followers, their followers are also seeing whatever you're promotion, whatever you're promoting. So it's like, the outreach is there. You know what I mean? I might have 5,000 here, 600 there, so many here, so many there. I'll even go to the extent of following other people's page so that way I'll pop up on their feed as well. Because that's what it's all about. It's about, how you reach your core audience, how you reach people. Like I don't even subscribe to the core audience thing. I subscribe to basically just putting what you got in front of people, and they'll come to you. Your core audience, the people who like your sound, who like your podcast, who like your books, who like your merchandise, whatever it is that you brand and whatever you're using to brand yourself and bring to the public. Your core audience is going to build from that. You know what I mean? Your core audience ain't always people that you known all your life. You know what I mean? Your core audience ain't always them. Sometimes your core audience, your core sponsors and who your fans are, ain't even in your immediate atmosphere. Sometimes these folks you find all around the world. You know what I mean? Like when I look at my analytics and you know, when I look at the analytics, when I look at my music analytics or book analytics, I notice that a lot of my followers not even in America. You know, I do have a lot of followers in America and people that support what I'm doing in America. You know, nothing that's tangible right now because to be honest with you, they not putting money in my pockets. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody coming through to say, hey, let me help you drive this vision. You know, let me help you get influence, you know, out here. I believe in what you're doing and I'm gonna help you get to the next level. You know what I mean? Nobody's knocking on my door, calling my phone, trying to give me deals and trying to, you know, help me out in any type of way. I don't have that. Or what I do have is me reaching out to folks or me putting my music out in front of them, and then I will get Zoom meetings. I will get messages from people that I out. See, it's about the work you put in. You know what I mean? It's about you reaching out and somebody reaching out back to you. It's about that give and take. It's about that reciprocation of whatever it is that you putting out there, man. It's like that energy, it gotta be there. That energy gotta be there for your own product and your own merch. Cause it's like nobody else is gonna work as hard as you to get it out there. Nobody's gonna try to get, I mean, you could have a song that belong on the Billboard charts. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody going to sit up there and put it on the Billboard charts unless you try to get it there. Sometimes there's a paywall between you even gaining the success that you know you deserve. You know, these industries and these corporations, they'll get behind somebody who they know don't even deserve to be in that position. They'll get behind somebody just because, you know, they can make a quick buck off of them, the insurance money, you know, this and that. You know what I mean? It's about what they see they can make money on. And if they don't feel like they can make money off you or any type of way, then they won't reach out to you. They won't try to help you. Even though they know you might have a project that's way bigger than the artist that they currently got signed to them or something like that. They still not going to reach out to you or anything because they're trying to build up that artist. They want to build that artist to make his music sound better than yours at all times. And it goes that way with people that you're trying to deal with. Sometimes you might be trying to partner with somebody locally that got something going on. And if they doing the exact same thing that you doing, it's that level of enviness, that level of greed, that level of jealousy that'll have them hold you back so that way they could get ahead. You know what I mean? Nobody don't want to see you bigger than them. You know what I mean? Nobody want to see you elevate past the level that they're on or the level that they're trying to get to. You know what I mean? Sometimes your success is a direct threat to others. Your success could be a direct threat to somebody who's not even trying to be successful in the way you trying to be successful. You know what I mean? Just because whatever they got in their mind, they own build up, they own setbacks, and they own things that they got in their mind about you, or they own thoughts and opinions about what you're trying to do. But you got to get around them. You got to get around them. Sometimes you even got to work with people that got negative, fucked up mind states, spiritual states. Because to me, it's like the mental, the physical, and the spiritual is all connected. So if a person is physically trying to hold you back, that means that they got a fucked up spirit. And if they got a fucked up spirit, they definitely got a fucked up mind. And they thinking negative about the things that you're doing and trying to do. Either because A, they can't do it. B, they don't want to see you achieve, you know what I mean, you do it. Or C, just because they're a hater. You know, you just got people that just won't want to see you succeed or won't want to see something come to fruition just because it's you trying to do it. But yet still, they'll go out there and support a motherfucker that's doing the exact same thing that you doing that they don't even know. You got people that will support music from people that they don't even know before they, and I mean, don't get me wrong. If they know, once you used to hearing a person, whether that's singing, once you used to hearing a person on YouTube or seeing their videos and their content, and you used to supporting it, it becomes a habit. It's just like everything else. It's habit forming. You know what I mean? Just like as a habit of creation. Whenever you get into the mode of creating anything, it becomes a habit of you trying to create that thing. You know what I mean? Whenever you chasing, your entrepreneurship, that becomes a habit. That's what I chase. I don't chase not one single industry, right? I chase I chase a totality of everything. You know what I mean? Because we are a combination. We are multifaceted. We're multifaceted people. We're multifaceted beings. So you can't just stop chasing. You know, you just can't hone in and really give all your focus to one thing at one time. You know what I mean? You have to be multifaceted. Just like I'm talking about the music, I'm talking about the song House of Cards right here. I got the background up because this is a powerful fucking song. It really means something. This song right here is talking about the dichotomy that we live in today. But I digress because I also got books out there. You know what I mean? Books that I got to promote. Every now and then I got to go on Amazon and set the Amazon deals so that way the books could go on sale. And that way I could put up different promotions and different commercials and different price points to appeal to people, to show people that, hey, this is not just about me making money. This is not just about me making money, even though, yeah, I wanted to make money for me. I wanted to make money for my family. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's about promoting a dream, promoting a vision, promoting a lifestyle, your way of life, the way you trying to live your life. You know what I mean? Sometimes the way you trying to live your life flies in the face of everything that you've been around. You know what I mean? All the adverse shit that happens in your environment, that's not it is not by coincidence. It's not by mere circumstance. It's put there purposely. You know what I mean? And it's your purpose to get around that, to let your vision shine, to see through all the bullshit, to cut through all the bullshit, through all the lies and all the setbacks and everything that you had placed upon you or around you and still make it through. You know, at the end of the day, that's what we are trying to do with this podcast. This podcast was to document certain things in my life. Not just to document certain things in my life, to talk about my point of view, my thoughts, my feeling, you know, my spirituality, the way I think, my mind state, you know, my physical state, the things that I'm going through in life, and the things that you all may be going through in your life, you know what I mean, and how that coincide with one another, and how we could get together and help one another, and you know, me pushing myself is helping push somebody else out there. I don't know who this Joan might be reaching. I don't know who gonna look at this podcast and be motivated and inspired to create their own podcast or to chase their own dreams and their visions and their goals and aspirations. But I know it's me putting in work, and this work that I'm putting in is going to help somebody else see the gift that they have, so they could put in the work that they got to put in to, you know, become something that they're not already, you know, or to further something that they are. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. It's all about the spiritual connections, those physical connections, those that realm of thought, that intellectual pool that we all dive into, and we come out with gifts, with something that could sustain your life, that could sustain your family life in the way that you want to live your life. You know what I mean? You got to have that Dame Dash mindset. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I tune in to Dame Dash, I could just be scrolling past on social media, and sometimes I look him up in his show on Instagram. I mean, not on Instagram, on YouTube. I'm sorry. And I just sit there and I soak up game. You know, I soak up game and I soak up knowledge from everybody I watch, from the Joe Rogan podcast, from the Dame Dash interviews that he do. You know, from multiple places. You know, I'll sit there and look at videos about promotion and branding. You know, I'll sit there and really, because that's how deep I'm into it. That's how much I'm really chasing what I want to do with my life. You know, I don't want to be no slum working for somebody all my fucking life. You know what I mean? I don't want to be nobody's slave. And that's what a lot of our environments push us to do. That's what it's, you know, it's repetitive. You know, we have our own family members and our own friends and things like that try to keep us as slaves for the system that we all live under, that we all live in. You know, you gotta know, you gotta believe, you gotta really work hard and try and promote anything it is that you're trying to do. You gotta push that line. You gotta push that line on what you know is possible for you and your family. And pushing that line for you and your family is going to show your kids that it's possible, your children that it's possible to do these type of things. You know, if you don't show them, then who's going to show them? You know, you got basketball athletes that'll really go hard on their children out there. You got, I mean, not just basketball athletes, football athletes, and everybody who built up something, who amassed something of value, of worth. They'll push their kids hard because they know the potential that they have. And they know that the world not going to push them as hard as they'll push them. You know, and if they do push them, if the world do decide to push your children, watch out because it comes with a price. You know what I mean? Half the time they just see a guinea pig, you know, a sexual slave or a person that they can make money with or whatever. It's sad to say that I hear stories of the industry just signing people because they know that one day that this person is going to get shot up or stabbed up or something, or their life is going to be fucked up in a way that they'll benefit from. You know, they benefit off of your misfortune a lot of times. A lot of these labels and industries benefit off of you having a fucked up life, having a fucked up mentality, having a fucked up soul, having a fucked up personality. So they'll push you and promote you because not only are they going to make money off of your viral shit that you do every day, off the heinous shit that you do every day for shock value, they also going to make money when you get locked up because they're going to use that to exploit you. You know, they're going to make money when you get in the shootouts and arguments with people, all the beef shit. My man Bootsy Badass, he go out there and he tell people, you know, stop this beef and shit. The beef thing is bad. He even gave an example how people would change they whole outlook on beef and things like that if they was to see Drake or somebody get shot 36 times and he hanging out the fucking car window, slumped over dead. And it's true. He said because that's what goes on in Baton Rouge. In Baton Rouge, they take the shit you say to another level. You know, a lot of these industry people, they say things for shock value. They'll get out here and they'll promote the sexuality thing. They'll promote the drugs. They'll promote the violence. But they don't really live like that. You know what I mean? And in our streets, in these inner cities, when they see these beefs, they take them literally. Some people can't separate entertainment from reality. You know, and that's the stance you got. You can't manifest anything that you don't believe in. Anything that you don't believe in, if it's something that goes against your morals and values, the thing that the things you stand on, the foundation you stand on, you can't promote that. But a lot of our stars out here, they're forced to promote those things. You know what I mean? One thing they talked about on the interview earlier that I was on a Zoom meeting with Too Hot Radio, right? And what they said is you might be a great artist. You might be versatile. You might can sing, rap, dance, do a bunch of shit. But the label that's looking at you is not looking for you to be versatile. They looking to stick you into a certain genre or category. You know what I mean? And if you could, you know, you might have songs that you produce that's R&B songs, but they want you to be a hip hop artist. You'll go record your R&B Jones in their studio, and they won't let you release those songs. That's because they got a hold on your intellectual property. What they want you to put out is the hip hop, the rap, the R&B. You know what I mean? They don't want the R&B right now. They want the rap. They want the hip hop. So they gonna lock you in on that. You know what I mean? That's how. I mean, it's not a bad thing either way, as long as you're doing it in a positive, motivational way. You know what I mean? As long as it's what you want to do at the end of the day, because nobody wanna feel like a slave out here. You know what I mean? For so long, I'm gonna tell you the truth. For so long, I felt like a slave, man. I worked for damn near everybody, and every time I see myself working for somebody, going somewhere, trying to build something, it's like it always wind up fucked up somehow. You know what I mean? It never really comes to fruition what you want to do with yourself and in your life. You know what I mean? Because they want to keep you right there. They want to keep you stagnant and stuck. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, being a working man is good for some people, and some people can really come ahead and really do what they got to do and really make a mark out here. But at times they can't. At times it's hard to happen. Hold on one second. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to, really push past anything that any agenda that they want to put down. It's like when you take that job, basically you filling out an application to play a role. You know what I mean? To act as a certain, play a part, basically. And you playing that part won't allow you to really manifest the things that you want to manifest or have those things come to fruition. You know what I mean? Because you stuck playing this role, acting this way, being the person that they want you to be at the end of the day. You got to push past all of that and be the person that you want to be, to play the role that you want to play, to, promote yourself and whatever it is that you're trying to build, to achieve whatever goals and whatever goals that you have, to build whatever dream life that you want, you know. Yeah, but back to the first thing I was talking about, the branding and promotion. The brands and promotion I'm trying to reach with certain brands, not certain brands. I'm reaching out to all brands. I want to be very versatile about this. I want to reach out to the brands that appeal to me and the brands that I love. That way I could do some promotion for these brands. I want to do reviews of your product. I want to possibly make music, promote your merchandise. I want to promote on social media as well as YouTube, as well as on this podcast and things like that. You know, um, I feel as if I got a big enough audience where if I had a brand affiliation behind me, that would only help me promote myself, also promote whatever brand it is out there that need promoting. You know what I mean? So if you're a brand out there and you need promoting, if you have a brand out there and you need promoting, reach out to me. Mr. Pecan is not hard to find. I'm out here. You know what I mean? As long as they allow me to be out here, if you understand what I'm saying, because the powers that be has always been against me for some reason. You know what I mean? I'm a la- you know, I'm a lackadaisical type of person. I don't really try to be out here doing too much. You know what I mean? But the powers that be deem me to be a threat for some reason. You know what I mean? The powers that be won't ever rectify me for any wrongdoings to me, but they always want me to answer to something, answer for something that they've done to me. It's like it's a fucked up thing. That's what shows me that what type of society we live in, and that's what lets me know that really we're under demonic forces out here. You know what I mean? And it's like you trying to combat that and you trying to work with that at the same time. Because many times we'll tie ourselves to a label and we really don't read their mission statements. Anytime you get with an organization, anytime you get with a label, or anytime you trying to do business with anybody, they have a mission statement. If you don't understand a mission statement, or if you never really took the time to read their mission statement and understand who you're doing business with, you could be working with somebody that's completely against your message and what you're trying to get across. And at that point, it's like, is they really going to let you get your message out there? Are they really going to let you get your point across? Are they really going to let you, gain any traction or steam? You know what I mean? Some people just want you behind the scenes all the time. But if you behind the scenes all the time, that means that you're working on what they, you know what I mean? You're working on their project. You're working on their brand, on promoting them and getting them more success and getting them more views and more eyes on their business and bringing them customers and things like that. And that takes away from that, from you doing that for yourself. I think the proper way, for me anyway, the proper way to do any type of promoting and branding is by working on your own brand for yourself first. You know what I mean? How can I how can I pitch myself as being somebody who want to promote a brand, right? Somebody else's product. If I don't have a product of my own to promote, if I don't have a product or project that I'm working on for myself, how can I properly help you with your brand? How can I properly come through and help you promote what you selling if I can't do it for myself? That's why a lot of people can't become successful. That's why a lot of people that want to get into working with brands and becoming an affiliate and doing this and that, that's why it don't come to fruition a lot of times, because you haven't built anything for yourself. You have to show your worth. You got to show what you're capable of. You know, if you're capable of doing it for yourself, right? If you're capable of making music for yourself, if you're capable of promoting your own books, writing your own books, doing your own podcast, doing your own game stream, doing your own whatever it is that you're doing your live streams and doing your social media, then that shows that you're capable and willing and able to do this for somebody else in their brand. And that's basically what I'm showing to people. You know what I mean? That's what I'm showing to marketers, to branders, to CEOs, to executives. That's what I'm showing to companies and corporations. I'm showing that I'm able to do these things. I'm showing that I'm able to sustain a podcast and have longevity and have 100 and so episodes of God Concept everywhere on iHeartRadio, on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube, on Castbox. You know what I mean? I'm showing that I have that wherewithal to keep something going, to stick with something, to have that longevity going. You know, even with the books, it's the same thing. I'm showing that I'm able to be an author, to be a publisher, to be a producer, because I produce my own music as well. I'm showing that I have what it takes to write a good hook. You know what I mean? I got it. I got what it takes to sing a good hook. I show I got what it takes to rhyme and have a whole hip hop joint, to have, not just people in my age bracket jumping, also the younger people jumping as well. You know what I mean? I got songs that everybody love. I got something for everybody. I cover the whole gamut. You know what I mean? A whole gamut of entertainment. You know what I mean? The whole gamut of entertainment, the whole gamut of podcasting. I don't just got one topic that I talk about. I talk about my life experiences, right? A lot of which I haven't even brung to the podcast game, right? I plan on bringing it to the podcast game, but the whole thing is I got some experiences that I don't even talk about because I don't feel I'm at a place in my life where I could talk about things uninhibited without being shunned in certain ways. So I just keep those topics off of my podcast and out of my music for right now, because I don't want to become a target. I don't want to become more of a target than I already am. You know what I mean? I'm already a target. I already put myself out on Front Street because, damn it, they already put me out on Front Street. You know what I mean? When people go to putting your business out there and shit like that, when people get to starting the rhetoric about you and talk the shit about you, backbiting you and backstabbing you and everything, you got to get your message out there. Not to to show that they on some bullshit, that they full of lies and they full of bullshit and everything. All the rhetoric that was built up was merely conjecture, merely bullshit that somebody else came with. That's their take on whatever it is that you're doing and everything. That's their take on your personality. And you got to realize that a lot of people will have these rumors start about you or this rhetoric built up about you because they got a level of insecurity about themselves. They got a level of insecurity that won't allow them to just talk good about somebody or promote somebody else. See, me, I don't have those hangups. I don't mind talking good about somebody, especially if they treat me well. I don't mind promoting somebody else, especially if they helping me promote myself. I don't mind working with a person as long as they work with me. If you're not working with me, then I can't work with you. Or if you backbiting me, or you backstabbing me, or causing a confusion, starting all types of rumors and shit like that, how can I work with you? That's a bad work environment. Even if you don't have a work environment, that's a bad work environment. Anytime you got people telling lies about you, you know what I mean? Telling bald-faced lies about you to somebody who possibly want to help you. You know what I mean? I know it's a lot of that shit that go on. It's a lot of shit that go on where a person will talk down on you just because they don't want to see you in a certain position. You know what I mean? Or it might be some some type of side deal going on. Hey, listen, a lot of the industry work this way. Hey, listen, you know what I mean? When anybody asks you about this guy, shit on him. You know what I mean? They shit on a lot of people just because it's a favor to somebody else. Or you got a lot of people that shit on you and start all types of rumors and talk shit about you because it's a favor to they self. You know what I mean? I've been through it all. I've been through it all. I seen it all. I done it all. I did a lot of shit. And I've been through it all. I've been through the gambit of being held back, of being this, of being that, of having somebody tell lies on me. You know what I mean? When my character clearly says that was a lie. See, a lot of times you got to act like you from Chicago to show me state. You know what I mean? You got to act like you from a place where you got to, no, not act like, you got to have that mindset where a person got to show you who they are rather than somebody telling you about them. Because a lot of times people don't even know the person that they talking about fully to really give their opinion on the person. And that's what happens. You know what I mean? A lot of us get into that type of thing. A lot of us are victims of that type of thing. A lot of us aren't where we supposed to be in life because you got people lying on them, telling bald-faced lies because their character is fucked up. Their personality is fucked up. They're a negative person. Their spirit ain't in the right place. They shit ain't in tune. You know what I mean? It's that type of work. It's that type of work that's going on. And you gotta realize that anybody at any time could be activated to fuck up your life, to bring a damper on whatever it is that you're trying to do. Anybody could be activated at any time to rain on your fucking parade. And it's not that they mean to do it. It's something instinctual in them that tells them. It's that whispering in their mind that they hear to tell them to do some shit that they don't even know is fucking up what you got going on. Or they might have a clear conscious thought like, hey, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do is gonna fuck up what you got going on, but I don't give a fuck. Sometimes we stuck in atmospheres like that until we can climb our way out. Sometimes you stuck around people like that, in situations like that, in places like that, until you can figure out a way to not have that happening no more. Why you think it's so important for people to get studio time and things like this? People pay for studio time so nobody can fuck up their music while they trying to create. Because if you're trying to create something in your home, in your basement, wherever it's at, you still gonna have people try to fuck that up for you. If you're trying to write anything or come up with a good book, you got people that'll fuck up and fuck up your life that'll give you writer's block. You know what I mean? You got people that, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're trying to do, they always trying to be intervening in that. They want to be that showstopper. You know what I mean? They don't, at any cost, they don't care what they trying to fuck up. They don't care what it is you trying to do. They just don't want to see it to come to fruition. And that's another paywall thing. It's like if you paid a person to be in your corner, they would be in your corner until you can't pay them to be in your corner anymore. And then after that, once they move somewhere else or get with somebody else who's paying them and you know, uh, then they gonna shit on you. You got a lot of people that's like that. You got a lot of industry people that's like that. A lot of people in regular day life that's like that. You know what I mean? Once they can't get nothing from you, is that what have you done for me lately mentality. If you're not doing nothing for them right then and there, they're gonna show you the utmost disrespect. If you going through something, if you struggling with something in your life, they'll show you the utmost disrespect because you can't help them right now. You're not in a place where you could properly help them right now. Shit, you might not be able to help yourself at the moment. And they don't give a fuck about that. They don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? They'll just do whatever it takes to continue you falling down that rabbit hole of being unsuccessful, being less than. You know what I mean? Nobody. I mean, it's a hard thing to say. It's a hard thing to deal with when you dealing with it. It's a hard thing to see when you see it happening. But once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. You know what I mean? A lot of people have these stories. A lot of people look at it just as adversity. You know, Kevin Gates always said adversity builds character. But adversity also holds a lot of motherfuckers back. Adversity and not being a willing participant in your own success. See, people don't even realize that when they don't participate in your success, they're only holding themselves back. Yeah, that's real shit. When people around you isn't helping you or helping you in your success, they're not helping themselves and themselves becoming successful. Or they may have already became as successful as they want to be in their life. They might got the job that they want and that's it. You know what I mean? I remember a while back when I was working for Scepter, you know, I always thought like, this is my last job. I ain't never, you know what I mean? This is it. I'm here, I'm done. I ain't got to fill out no more applications for nobody. This is the job that I want to stay at for the rest of my fucking life. I remember thinking those things. But at the same time, I always wanted more. I always wanted to build more and do more. So it's like, how can I really put myself in that bubble of wanting to stay with a company or a corporation for the rest of my life and still think about building something of my own company, my own corporation, and chasing my own dreams and aspirations? How can I do that if all I want to do is be a company man and drive this fucking bus for the rest of my life? That's the slave mentality. You know, I had things happen in my life to jar that slave mentality, pull me out of those situations. And, you know, I heard Jay-Z say, things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So maybe me getting placed out of that situation was for the best. Maybe me getting placed out of that situation was so I could chase my dream and chase my aspirations and you know, do what I got to do for myself. Because at the end of the day, like I said, ain't nobody going to believe in you like you believe in you. You know what I mean? Like right now, right at this moment, I got things going on above me, right? Upstairs. And it's like, they know I'm down here doing a podcast. They know I'm down here doing a podcast. This is like my third take of this whole podcast, right? But yet and still, I hear kids crying. I hear this going on. I hear that going on. But yet and still, you wanted me to record this podcast in a space where you want me to record it at. All right, we'll use this space to do your podcast. But yet and still, if I would have did it in that space where you wanted me to do it, then this would be going on all around me. And I would not get this podcast done right now. See what I'm saying? And it's not that somebody's doing that on purpose. It's not that it's purposely done, but it's just the things that happen in the environment on a daily basis that goes on. And it's like, it might not even be them. It's that devil working. It's that devil working through people. You know what I mean? Not to say that they're evil or whatever, but that's that devil working on trying to not let you do something that's gonna, you know, be truly successful for you or help you gain whatever it is that you're trying to gain, do whatever it is you're trying to do. That's why at different times of day, I choose to work on different aspects of my own brain. At different times of the day, I realize that it might not, I might not be able to make music right now. So what I do is I focus on doing something else. I focus on a book. I might not be able to, do a podcast at the moment. So I focus on doing a game stream. That's how it is. You got to really switch it up. You got to have multiple things that you're working on because multiple things is working against you at all times. You know what I mean? When I'm not able to do a game stream or something like that, then I'm working on my podcast. If I'm not able to work on my podcast at the moment, then I'm working on my music. If I can't work on my music at the moment, then I'm working on a book. Or if none of that is if I can't find a way to do any of that at the moment, then I'm gonna work on promoting the things that I already created. That's what you got to do. You know what I mean? Because sometimes your atmosphere and your circumstance ain't conducive, ain't proper for the things that you're trying to do in your life. Sometimes you can't find the money or the wherewithal to get into a studio to record a hit song, but you got a hit song on your mind. You still got to find a way to bring it to fruition. You still got to find a way to bring it out there and put it out there because that's your message and that's your dream. And this has been my episode of God Concept. Man, whew. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. And yeah, I'm gonna get back at y'all another time. Please like, share, subscribe. Tune into the music. I got new songs coming out on YouTube. I'm still working on writing these books. Of course, I'm still doing this podcast. And I got more game streams coming to you soon. The game streams is more so for my fun and entertainment. I ain't gonna bullshit you. But still, you know, it's some content for everybody in here. You know what I mean? So y'all be blessed. Have a good night. And yeah.